Here's a name I can say from the Eradicator.
People of the verse, hello and welcome to this channel. This is the Eradicator, and today we are not going to eradicate. We're going to talk about money, which is one of the things that I do like to talk about in this channel. And today we're going to talk about making money by actually giving money to people. This is really important, and we all know that successful people out there never made it alone, and so is going to be your fate in the verse. If you want to be successful, you gotta have to enlist the help of other people, and in this video I am going to try to explain you how to do that. But first, guys, let's talk about this month's giveaway, because I have a pretty exceptional giveaway. I am giving away a Starfarer with lifetime insurance. This is a pretty massive ship that right now is useful, very useful, I would say, for cargo runs. It has 291 SCU of cargo capacity. In the future, it is going to be able to refuel other ships as well. So it is definitely the big potential cash cow that you are going to have to use in the future if you want to make money. And you have a chance of getting one. All you have to do is to comment to any videos posted this month related to Star Citizen. The winner will be announced early April. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button because it also helps. Also, if you are a supporter of this channel on Patreon, for example, don't forget that you also have multiple entries as well. Link is in the description down below if you want to help this channel. Speaking of that, I'm also giving away $50 in gift cards. This is for my Patreon supporters out there, to give them a bit thank you for supporting me throughout all of these months or years, even for some people. So shout out to everybody who helped me out and support me on the crowdfunding website Patreon. Anyway, guys, let's get started. Let's talk about today's video, which is going to be about how to pay people who fly for you. So it is common knowledge that the best way to make money in the verse right now is through trading, especially if you have some of the bigger trade ships like a Starfarer, a Karak, or a Caterpillar. And of course, it is also common knowledge that one ship is not going to be enough if you want to end up making millions of Alpha UECs, so that you can be able to purchase more ships. You can be able to purchase, the Starfighter that you've been dreaming about, or a brand new miner ship that is going to also include all the different equipment that you want if you want to be able to mine whatever you want, wherever you want. So you need to have money for that, and the best way to get money is to fly trade ships, basically, or at least big cargo ships. Now, how do you do that if you have several ships but you are only one player? Well, you have no choice. You have to hire other people right now, because AI is not really there yet. We can't really hire other AI to fly for you. So that's why interacting with other people is the key there. So how do you hire people? Well, that's actually quite easy. First, let's say, for example, you are on Discord or any other third-party app. You may want to ask people you know already, or your friends, if they're available to help you out. And if they are, that's great. Just set a meeting location at a defined server, and then you would eventually start your trading journey from there. Otherwise, and this is what I do, I usually hail people in a chat. So I'm telling him, hello, for example, if I'm Lovia, I'll say, I'm at Lovia right now. I'm looking forward to hire anyone at TZ Spaceport who wants to fly for me. Please meet me in front of the ship terminals. And usually some people would say that they are either interested, or they would say no thanks, or they would not answer at all. But usually there are always a couple of people who are interested in making an extra buck without taking too much risk, because this is really where it's really interesting for pilots. Let's say pilots who want to build up some capitals, pilots who want to make a little bit more money than what they would make with the missions that are available in game right now, is to fly ships of other people who have ships and be paid a percentage of the margin that these ship owners are going to make, especially since there's absolutely zero risk involved. If you are a hired pilot, the only risk that you're taking is basically wasting your time if you crash the ship of the person who is paying for you. So there's basically only advantages flying ship for other people. So next, how much are we exactly paying for cargo pilots? Well, from what I have learned from my masters at Ultima Energy, like Sigelian or Jack Axton, for example, it appears that cargo pilots are getting paid 20% of the profit generated by the ship that they are flying. Let's say, for example, that a ship is making a profit of 100,000 Alpha UEC. The cargo pilot is going to make 20,000 Alpha UEC for that run, which is why it can be quite interesting interesting financially speaking to fly other people's ship, because you can make some really serious bucks without risking anything. Now, of course, this is if, for example, I am able to fully fill a caterpillar of medical supplies or agricium and then I can sell everything at once. Unfortunately, we all know that as of Star Citizen Alpha 3.8.2, this is not the case, because most of the supplies are depleted at pretty much every outpost, and so we have to rely on lesser commodities like maybe iodine or astatine or titanium. I traded tungsten the other day, diamonds. These are, of course, commodities that pay a little bit less, and so this is why it's also possible that you may be making less money, and as a result, your cargo pilot may be making less money as well. Which is why I have come up with a solution of giving my cargo pilots a minimal wage. I have decided to give at least 10,000 Alpha UEC per run to each of my cargo pilots, and there is a particular reason for that. So the reason why I believe that this is really important to pay a minimum wage to your cargo pilots is because, as mentioned before, there is no AI right now that can fly your ship. We are relying on human beings. Human beings are not machines. They have feelings, and what you want to do is to make sure that the people who work for you are happy to be working for you, because things can go wrong, people can go crazy, and if they do, then they are basically, this is your money that is being risked on the line. You may be risking 500, 600,000, 1 million Alpha UEC, and all of that money may be in the hands of somebody who all of a sudden decided that it was not worth their while flying for you. Instead, they may decide to blackmail you. They may decide to say, hey, you know what, give me 20,000 Alpha UEC or I'll destroy your ship, something like that. And originally, if you wanted to pay them, let's say, for example, you give them a percentage of 20%, and it turns out, because it's easy to figure it out, it turns out that they may figure out that the profit that you're going to make is maybe going to be 40,000 Alpha UEC, and in the end, they are going to make 8,000 Alpha UEC. They may think that it is not worth it. Then at least if you give them a minimal wage, say, hey, you know, I was supposed to give you 8,000, but I'm going to give you 10,000 instead because I give a minimal wage to my fighter pilots, then they are going to feel that their work is valuable. And this is really the key. You want to make people feel like they are valuable to you. If you valorize the people you are working for, they are going to go the extra mile. They are going to be willing to work for you, and you are going to make better business relationships with people who are going to fly for you. Because remember, guys, without them, you will not be able to go very far. Without people who will fly your ships, you are not going to make as much money as if you were flying alone. So it is really crucial to make good relationships with those people who are willing to fly your ships. Now, once you start having a roster of reliable and trustworthy pilots, these are the people that you really want to keep. These are the people that you really want to have fly for you as much as possible. So what I do, I usually raise the 20% salary or the 20% range to a 30% level over here. So that really makes worth their time flying for me. They're happy, we're flying in groups, and we're having a great team all together. They know that I am willing to share a little bit more of my wealth to them, and so as a result, they're giving me back with extra dedication, extra work. And in the end, this is we end up being a team. We end up helping each other. Sometimes I also fly for them if they want me to if they want a little bit of help, if I don't really have time to have a huge cargo run, for example. This is also something that you could eventually do, right? So it's really important to build up your team. Once you have a core group of people that you can trust, pay them a little bit more, 25-30%, and also help them out from time to time, so that you can really build your group of pilots that are going to help you achieve more success in Star Citizen. And so these are my tips, you guys, on how to make more money by having people fly for you. Now, one last thing, as of right now, it has been said many times, we don't have wallet-to-wallet transaction. This is something that is going to come as soon as we have the new UI and the new accountancy apps that are going to come up further down the line, 4.0 and 4.1, I think, if I'm correct. So this is going to have to wait. It has been confirmed confirmed by Todd Pappy that this is not going to come in 3.9. So right now, the only way you can pay people is through service beacons. It's not reliable. There's always the risk of somebody else taking that beacon. So gotta be careful of who is taking that beacon. But yeah, it's a little bit clunky, but this is how we do it right now. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that this is going to inspire you, and I hope that you will be able to be a little bit less shy, maybe, to ask people, hey, I need somebody to fly for me who wants to help me out, because usually you are going to find people who are going to help you. And if you are a good boss, a good ship owner, then they are going to be willing to fly for you again. That's all for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that like button. These really help. Shout out to my Patreon. Shout out to everybody who also joined me, in the join button down there, which is kind of new. You can also support the channel over there. And I'll see you tomorrow for more Star Citizen content. This is the Eradicator. I am signing out.